Today we're talking about a topic that's super pertinent, especially to Florida residents and everyone around coastlines in general. This is sea level rise. Could you, if you had to, gun to your head
Oh, no.
already, could you explain some of the main causes of sea level rise for someone who doesn't know them?
So with a gun to my head, I would say,
2 guns to your head now. You've wasted too much time.
oh no. This is a weak incentive here. So sea level rise is caused by, mainly from my understanding, 2 main things. So we have ice melt, which occurs from warming temperatures and just seasonal variations, as well as the thermal expansion of water. I think that currently a lot of people are worried just about ice melt, and that's because it's become a more of a major player, just because our metrics for observing ice melt have gotten a little bit better, although they're still kind of weak, because it's just a little bit unpredictable. But so I'd say probably maybe 60% is attributable to thermal expansion, which is just the process of liquid expanding as it heats up, as most liquids do.
Yeah.
And ice melt would maybe more so contribute about 40-ish%. So yeah, that's what causes sea level rise globally. More regionally, though, it kind of has to do with the shape of the ocean basins and the ocean topography, like the seafloor topography created by different ocean gyres.
Yeah, do you remember a lot of people being confused by this idea of sea level rise in New York is going to be a lot quicker than, the West Coast, and because it's it's just one ocean. How could it be different in different places?
So, and I had the same, we were literally talking about this in class this morning, and I couldn't really wrap my head around it. I was like, no, but it's water.
But it's water.
But it's water. And it just has so much more to do with the Coriolis effect and different wind patterns and topography of the ocean. And actually, we learned today, this is so funny, it's so fresh, but we learned today that as ice sheets melt, for example, Greenland, as that melts, it loses the mass that it had, which, if I went to Greenland and it lost mass, it's not like I would feel the difference in a gravitational pull, but it does affect how water moves. So as that ice sheet loses mass, it loses its gravitational pull, so water is pulled elsewhere.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and it's typically diametrically opposed. If you flattened out the Earth, JK, Earth's already flat.
It's already flat, though, I thought.
If you flattened out the Earth, it would actually, more of the gravitational pull would be, diagonal to Greenland. And
that also has to do with just, ocean topography, right? Literally just the shape of the ocean floor can affect...
Yeah, there's literally mountains, submerged under the ocean, and just, it's just, where the water sits. And that also has to do with, warmer regions have more thermal expansion. So Florida is going to have more thermal expansion than somewhere like New York, because it's closer to the equator and it's hotter.
That's a really good point. I actually hadn't thought about that. That's cool.
Did I get it? Is that sea level rise?
I think you got it. I think you nailed it.
Hey, thanks for watching that clip.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Check out our link down to our iTunes in the description below.
We all know you use iTunes.
I hope you use iTunes, because that's where it's going to be.
That's where it is, so use it. Below.